What are some of your favorite apps or technology you use to automate bookkeeping and recommend to your clients? Woo! Oh, Richie, this was a good day, but now it's a great day. Okay, and of course, it depends. So I'm officially not recommending anything for a particular situation. You're just asking a general question. What is among my tech stack? So among my tech stack for General Ledger, we have QuickBooks Desktop and Xero are my favorites. If you have any questions about QuickBooks Online, I will answer them. But there may be a lot of sarcasm included, so I'm warning you right now. There may be some angry face, there may be those 11s, there may be some fist shaking. I acknowledge that QuickBooks Online exists. I also acknowledge that it's the only one of the big three that integrates with Method Donor, which is a big win for QuickBooks Online, and Xero really needs to get with the program on that. But QuickBooks Desktop and hosted in the cloud or synced via Qbox, as well as Xero, are my favorite packages for small organizations for General Ledger. For timekeeping, that doesn't necessarily need to get integrated into a General Ledger package. Toggl is my favorite. That's Toggl. Ah, my gosh, love it. Okay, setup time, 2 hours. That's it, and 2 very painless hours, because the user interface is very contemporary. It's very intuitive. It's like, oh yeah, click here, I get it. I don't even think I even looked for the help area, much less clicked on it, much less actually typed in a question. The learning curve to train somebody on it, time me, 10 minutes. You can't beat it. There are other timekeeping apps out there, particularly ones that do integrate with General Ledger packages, such as T-Sheets and Harvest. I've used both. I'm not so happy with Harvest because it doesn't handle upfront deposits very well. So it's fine and it's really smooth and it integrates with General Ledger, and that's fine. But and it has some nice reporting features. It's pretty intuitive to use. But if you're in a business model in which you get upfront deposits, Harvest doesn't handle that very well, and you could end up recognizing income twice in your General Ledger. Pardon. T-Sheets is something that I would recommend in the right circumstances. It does integrate very well with General Ledger, but I find that you're going to need some professional help in order to get it set up. Now, you may not have to pay extra for that help if the good people at T-Sheets help you, but I did not find this interface intuitive at all, and I'm glad they have an app that works just as well as any other interface. By the way, Toggl does too. Toggl has a phone app, website, and a desktop app. The desktop app is a little cranky though, and I've stopped using it. I use the browser login. It works so smoothly, and I love how when you start typing in what you did, it brings if you typed in that description before, it also brings up the previous all the other variables that were associated with it. Like in my case, since we're a service industry, client, project, and task. And I don't have to go with those defaults, but I can just by clicking, and that makes my life so much happier. Another thing I like about Toggl, by the way, is that I can adjust the settings such that if I'm doing work on my computer and the timer isn't going, I can get a happy little pop-up reminder. It also has a Chrome integration and an integration with Asana, which we use for workflow, which I'll get to in a moment because Asana is one of my favorites. So I'll get to workflow in a sec. So Asana, all I have to do is have Asana up, bring up a task, start working on it, and boom, click the button that says start timer, and it instantly generates a task. I can assign the correct client if I want to, if it doesn't do that automatically. And the name of the task comes over into the name of the time entry. And if you have a consistent naming convention, which you deliberately train people on, such, our naming convention in Asana, for example, includes every task begins with a verb. Don't send me a task that says document. Okay, bad example. Document can be used as a verb. But don't send me something that says, forms. Tell me what you want me to do with the forms. Always begin with the verb in the command form. So if it's write, calculate, download, think, decide, analyze. Whatever it is, it has to begin with a verb. And that makes wonderful sense when you go click start timer and the Toggle app starts running and the name of that task comes over into Toggle, because then you can look at your Toggle records and have it be completely clear with no editing required about what was done during that time frame. Total win. In the area of CRM, I'm actually going to share the one that we use. It's not a full-on CRM though, so disclaimer, not a CRM. It's a sales pipelining tool, and it's called Pipedrive. And if anybody wants more information about it, I have a referral link. You get a little something and we get a little something. It is fabulous and I recommend it wherever it makes sense. Again, it's not a full CRM, but it is a drag and drop, 10 minutes to learn it. All of 10 minutes? Maybe even not all of 10 minutes. Drag and drop functionality. You can set up your pipeline stages and you can have multiple pipelines. So we, in fact, not only use Pipedrive for our sales pipeline, but we use it for our active live engagements. Red, yellow, green, what's the status of this engagement? And then we also have a status for QA, at which point someone from our company will call a client and have a quality assurance call. And that has been instrumental for us in getting great feedback, to keep an engagement on the right track, to get it back on track if there's something that we didn't know about already, that the client has a wish to improve or correct or just enhance in some way. It's also a great forum for getting testimonials and referrals, by the way. And so we use Pipedrive as our tool to manage all of that. So easy to use, and it also has the linked to it a contact page for individuals, a contact page for organizations, tons of ability to create custom fields. So since we do business nationally and internationally, I created a custom field in about 5 seconds called time zone. I also want to make sure to thank CPA firms and individuals who refer business to us. So for every individual contact, I created a custom field called referral source. This costs currently $12 a month. So while it doesn't do things that full-on CRMs do, like email campaigns, for example, it is an incredibly powerful tool, and you can't beat the price. We're grandfathered in at $9 a month. Thank you. Incredibly powerful tool. My favorite apps for workflow, without doubt, my number one favorite app is Asana, and a close second is Wrike. Asana is A-S-A-N-A, Wrike is W-R-I-K-E. I've tried others. They really range from meh to shake my fist at the ceiling. Never, ever, ever use Microsoft. What was it? You know what? I blocked it out. It's not Microsoft Project. It's that one Planner. Microsoft Planner. Avoid. Just don't touch it. I don't care that it may come free with your subscription to Office 365. Don't touch it. It's horrible. But Asana and Wrike, it's like an online to-do list, but everyone on your team can see it. Learning curve, again, 10 minutes. Are you getting me? Like, I just don't want to learn things anymore that take more than 10 minutes for me to learn. Great reporting, great visibility, and it really takes engagement out of email and into this app. When sure, you can get email notifications, but all of the communication about a single task is in one place. And you can tag people so they get notified. Oh, good. You can assign things to other people. It's a great workflow app, especially for a team environment. And here's the key. Nothing slips through the cracks anymore. You don't keep things in your head so you forget about them. Not that that would ever happen. Or so other people don't know about them. Everything's in here. And I'm pointing at it because I have Asana open on my second monitor. Oh, Michelle loves Asana too. Awesome. So there are other apps, and I don't want this to go for too long, but I'm going to mention some other apps as well to automate bookkeeping. So first of all, don't forget about bank feeds, which are available in Xero, QuickBooks Online, and QuickBooks Desktop. Bank feeds, I think, works the best in Xero. Also, to automate inbound, there are a couple of options available. Bill.com is a great way to automate payments from your customers or clients. Practice Ignition is a great tool in certain circumstances. Practice Ignition really shines when you have recurring, repetitive engagements or recurring, repetitive work. Oh yeah, my pleasure, Richie. But it really fails when there are very unknown variables. And it also really fails if you carry receivables. And if you need the revenue to be recognized in the past, but the payment to be pulled today, total failure for Practice Ignition. Practice Ignition generates an invoice when it pulls the payment. So if you carry receivables, that just doesn't do it all. But Bill.com is just a winner, and it synchronizes with everything and integrates with everything. For outbound payments, you have Bill.com. If you want to do that, it can get a little pricey, but it's better than sending out a paper check. You have programs like Mineral Tree, which are a bit higher end, but also very feature rich. And there's one thing I want to mention as well. Bill.com and Mineral Tree, they have an in-app feature to approve a bill. And by bill, I mean something that the company owes an outside vendor. That's great. And also, you don't necessarily have to go to an app only for the approval function, because general ledger programs like Xero have the approval function for accounts payable built in with the audit trail. So it's something to consider, which makes sense for organizations that you're looking at. And also, don't overlook your bank's or your client's bank's ACH program. We've done this for clients before and helped to save them a ton of money. It doesn't integrate with their general ledger, but it saves them a lot of money on outside app fees and third-party app fees. That we set up an ACH program, we get the proper documentation in place, and then have a monthly pull, or however frequently, but especially if we're talking about a service industry with recurring monthly billing, you can set up automatic pulls through the bank, and the bank will reach into your client's bank account or your client's bank account, depending on who we're talking about, and pull out the money. The only thing is, like I said, these ACH programs don't integrate with the general ledger, so you still have to enter those payments manually. Even if the deposits in total come in through the bank fee, they're not, the individual components of each ACH batch are not going to be applied to the invoice, the open invoice. So if the organization does have open invoices and you need to apply the payments directly, you still need to do that. But it'll save the organization money if they're not paying for bookkeeping services by the hour. So that's my nutshell on that.